Good evening, Rotterdam. It's nice to be here once again, you know. I know my music is all about one thing, and the base of it is love. But you can't have love without great strength. And in these hard times, you know, we as a people, we must rise.
As soon as we rise, the people will break the chains that has bounded us for so long. As soon as we rise, the righteous will stand again and we will never remain strong. As soon as we rise, you must get charged with murder, and all loot and plunder no further. As soon as we rise, as soon as we rise, as soon as we rise.
Well, firstly, you know, it's always such a great thing performing in Rotterdam. The energy is always lovely, of course. The people seem to know all the songs, even the new ones. And, you know, they give a lot of love, so you can't help but to give that love back. You know, so it was a great thing. And the fact that, you know, I had my good friend join me on stage, which is Sherieta. Lucy, I want to introduce you.
Hi, I'm Sherieta.
Yeah, she's Sherieta. So that helped. Yeah, well, it's a little bit hard, you know, everybody trying to get into what they call, you know, the marketable songs, you know, but that was just never me, you know what I say. And I think there's always a place for good songs and good songwriters, you know, and good performers, because, you know, not everybody want their kids to be listening to certain things, you know, and it's nice when somebody can have an artist or a CD that just put in to play to work with the kids in the car without have to be looking for track 4 to skip it or whatever, you know, and I want to be that artist. You know, so it was a deliberate attempt to not go that direction. Well, yeah, that's true, you know, because, I mean, religion is almost as bad as politics, you know. But I think that the strange thing is all the religions, you know, they all say the same thing, but for whatever reason, we can't seem to get to the same place at the same time, which is quite unfortunate, you know. So I like to consider myself a spiritual person, yeah. Yeah, well that's true, and I guess it's just the nature of how I write, you know. I believe that, you know, 3 minutes, when I putting forward a song, I'm trying to think of a 3 or 4 minutes production, you know, a mental production. You know, you tell a story from beginning to end, you know, something that someone can relate to, you know what I say. So the names and the places don't necessarily have to be all the same, because when you tell stories, people can take it and, you know, mentally twist it in any direction they want to suit their own lifestyles, you know, and that's a great thing for me. Man, Jamaican audience is rough. See, I think part of the reason why, you know, it's so hard in Jamaica is because, you know, there are so many of us, you know, because Jamaica is a mecca of reggae. You know, hundreds of songs are recorded each day, so it's a bit rough. And because, you know, we're constantly, for whatever reason, in a struggle for airtime in terms of cultural music, don't get as much, you know, power play as we would like, you know. And I find in places like this, it's the playing field is much more level, and that's all we ask for. Yes. Yeah, it is. You know, soulful in terms of, you know, how I present the music and, you know, how I write. But roots definitely is the base of what I do in terms of the foundation of my music. You know, it's evident in most of what I do. You know, so even if I divert a little bit just to, you know, get a different vibe on the song or whatever, I come right back to roots, because I believe that I am a roots artist.
I think we just need to keep singing, need to keep writing. We also need to represent ourselves well. I think a lot of women have sold their souls, or they've just come up short because they've given up something, their integrity, for instance, to get to where they want to go to. And if you do that, it's short-lived. So you have to just take your time and build and just keep singing. The world wants to hear us, and we know that once we put out good work and we're consistent, we'll get the airplay and the respect that we deserve. I don't know if it's more difficult. I'd say it's different. It's a totally different path, I think, because depends. Women, we can be seen in so many different lights. You can be seen as a sex symbol. You can also be seen as a lady and for instance, the persona of an empress, so to speak. There are so many different things that you can portray, but you have to be careful. Like, you don't send mixed signals and all of that. You have to be very purposeful in every step you make, and whatever you present, just expect the audience to believe that and keep giving them that, and over time it will work.
Actually, we're here just now for 3 shows. You know, we have Zenith tomorrow and Toulouse the day after, and then we head back to Jamaica. You know, but we do plan to come back for the festival season. You know, but you know, part of the reason we don't come here that often is you don't want to, you know, be exhausting the place, and you want people to get a chance to learn your new stuff, to get a feel for what you're doing, and then to be surprised. You know, it should be an event when you come through and not just another show. You know, because I don't really like the feeling of another show. You know, because then you're fighting two battles instead of one. You know, so what you just give good music that can last the time. You know, give them something to hold on to, something enough, something substantial, so that they'll wait for you instead of having been running and people getting tired of you.
When you reach back home and your friends ask, how was it? What do you tell them?
Always great, phenomenal. You know, phenomenal. It's so hard to describe. You know, coming here and just performing for the people and the love and the respect that you get. And I mean, even as journalists, you know, you actually ask meaningful, purposeful questions, you know. I don't know, maybe people in Jamaica have gone around the block so many times, you know, it's just so much refreshing coming here.
I definitely say it was great. It's my first time here. It's not my first time in Amsterdam, but at this particular location. Holland, but in this particular location. But it was really great. I was happy to see that, regardless of the fact that I'm a new artist and I'm not necessarily familiar, people were reaching out and they were singing and they were listening. So I'm really, really grateful. I definitely come back. I enjoyed myself.
As soon as we rise, as soon as we rise. Sherieta, as soon as we rise, misleading the people, you never heard when they cry. Blood a rolling on the road, yes, the prison and the hospital, them home alone. So you show your conscience, compassion is absent, but we won't sit around to be trampled down. You'll have to run away, cause we all reach our words, such a army. Yes, you'll have your turn. No, you won't get away from the fire, you'll get burned. As soon as we rise, your people will break the chains that have bound us for so long. As soon as we rise, the righteous will see us never be strong. As soon as we rise, you must get charged with murder. Now the loot and blood and the murder.